Welcome to the Station Wagon. I'm the older brother, Mark.
And I'm little sister Julie. This is the podcast where my brother and I give up something we take for granted and tell you how it goes.
Buckle up and enjoy the ride. Hey, Julie.
Hey, are you wearing a monocle today?
No, but I think I wish I was.
Why? I mean, yeah,
Why do
you
I
should
wish
that.
Well,
Okay, bad start. I was going to make some sort of witticism about Mr. Peanut and how you already kind of look like him.
Julie, you try so hard. What?
You
So,
don't
Mr.
have to-
Peanut, huh? So,
You
you know,
don't-
I'm just going to segue. This show's all about peanuts, Julie.
Well, I was going to, but before I was so rudely interrupted, you don't have to actually make a joke if you just explain the intent behind a joke.
I hope we're
is
going to
where-
leave this in because this is good podcasting.
Yeah, brilliant. Yes, it's all about peanuts and giving them up, and other nuts maybe too, but we'll discuss that.
Right, exactly. Other peanut related junk. Peanuts. Do you know what a peanut is?
A legume?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. I have a joke.
Oh my
Actually,
God.
I don't have a definition of peanuts, actually, to be
That's
perfectly
fine.
honest. I do
think
have a
we'll
joke.
live.
Okay, good.
Let's
I
hear
do
your
have a
joke.
peanut joke. What did the peanut say to the elephant?
What?
Nothing. Peanuts can't talk.
Okay, how do you fit 6 elephants into a sports car?
How?
3 in the front and 3 in the back. Now, wait, how
What's
do you
the young
fit,
one's version of that?
how do you fit an elephant into the Mini?
How?
A bit in the boot, a bit in the back, and what's left over you put in the passenger seat.
Something
But
like
how-
that, right?
Yeah.
I
How
think
do
there
you
was more
fit-
chopping involved in that one.
How do you fit 6 kangaroos into a sports car?
I don't know.
You can't. Too many elephants.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Okay, how do you know if there's an elephant in your fridge?
Wait, these are getting far afield of peanut jokes. Can we say how can you tell how can you tell how many peanuts you have in your fridge?
Yeah,
Okay. What how?
footprints in the butter. Okay,
I can see how that wait.
Last one. How can you tell if there's 6 elephants in the fridge?
I don't know.
Empty sports car out front.
Oh my God.
Okay, what's
Wow,
our
you're actually really
podcast
coming
about?
along. And I can say that because are you really going to put these because you are a stand-up comic.
I am. This is why I'm probably not a professional one. That's all right. Those jokes come to you from 1986.
That's great. So, Julie, I don't know if we have told our lovely listeners why we're doing this.
Okay, why?
Well, why do you think?
Or well, peanut allergies are huge, and they're affecting more than just the people who have the allergies, because
Oh.
many of us now can't send peanut-related products, I guess,
Right.
to schools. And I know our Girl Scouts troop, we have to be really careful. All snacks that we have are gluten-free, peanut-free,
Wait a minute,
sesame-free.
aren't there Girl Scout cookies that have peanuts in them?
Oh yeah, all the Girl Scout cookies, like, we can't eat.
What?
Or no.
So what,
I
is
don't
Girl
know that
Scouts
that's
just
true.
filled with hypocrites?
Well, I mean, my individual troop that I'm co-leading, my Daisy troop, we just want to be able to reflect everybody's allergies and not reflect their allergies. This is so wrong already. I'm getting off to the worst start. But we just want to make sure that especially because the girls that are in my troop are young, we want them to be able to see food and know they can eat it and not have to worry about it.
Right, because when they're older and have actually had a good life, it's okay if you give them allergies.
I think it's probably a little
I'm glad you
easier
told us that.
for an older kid to ask the questions.
Got it.
But that is a good point. It probably takes a lot of assertiveness. Not your point was a terrible point. My
okay.
point that it was in my brain is that it probably takes a lot of assertiveness. I know just for you and I, like if we want to know, hey, does this have cow meat in it when we go someplace? That's a kind of hard question to ask.
No, just,
Especially if you frame it-
pause. Dear listeners, I'm going to make her get back on subject now.
Okay, right.
So,
Quiz.
Julie, so, this episode, I agree with everything that you said so far, except for all the rambling stuff.
Oh.
But I just want to point out there, this is going to be really hard for me because I've got a long, long history with peanuts and nut-related products.
Yeah, every day at lunch, I eat a peanut butter sandwich and Doritos.
God. Yeah, so I grew up eating Peter Pan peanut butter.
Did you?
The
I don't think that's
crunchy
true.
kind. Oh, it's totally true. We'll have to ask Mom about that. Mom,
Okay.
go ahead and write into Facebook and tell us if that's true or not. Mom always said the reason I'm so tall compared to you and Rob is because of all the peanut butter I ate.
That's ridiculous because we all ate peanut butter constantly.
I don't know. You don't even remember if you ate it or not. So I think
No,
it's...
I remember crunchy peanut butter in every single lunch, but I didn't think it was Peter Pan brand.
Yeah, totally Peter Pan. What, you think we eat that Skippy crap?
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was Jif. Choosy moms choose Jif.
No, it definitely wasn't Jif because I remember that specifically with the Jif commercials where they'd unscrew the lid and use like they'd cut out a paper plate into the shape of a spreading knife and dip it into the creamy Jif to show just how creamy and spreadable it was to spread it on bread. And I always thought that was the coolest thing. We never got it.
Well, are you saying our mom is not a choosy mom?
I'm saying that our mom is I'm saying that our mom
You're in trouble.
is very choosy about using Skippy.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
So there's more, Julie.
Oh,
more history.
Please
with
tell
peanuts.
us more about your relationship with peanuts. And
Absolutely. Well, this is really
products.
hard. Also, growing up, we went in Indianapolis. We went to a place called the Ground Round.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's
Yeah,
right. There's
see?
peanut shells everywhere. People with peanut allergies wouldn't be able to go in there.
Actually, that's really interesting. I hadn't thought about it until just now. But yeah, you're right.
Because
what would
in
happen?
Five Guys Burgers and Fries, there's warning signs saying if you have peanut allergies, don't even show your face here.
So what do they do about being like an equal opportunity restaurant? Is that not a thing?
It's part of the appeal. I love going to Five Guys Burgers and Fries and getting all my protein from free peanuts. So, I mean, it's an appeal. They just have to...
Five Guys Peanuts. We're looking for sponsors.
They just have to decide that they don't care about the economic benefit of peanut allergy sufferers, I guess. I don't know.
Well, anyway, they stopped doing it a long time ago because they were getting rats.
No, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
Round?
Yeah.
Because there we were supposed to throw the shells on the ground, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. I wonder how they prevented the rats from coming in as long as they did, really. We all have history with peanuts, I guess, except for those who have allergies to them, and then they have a different alternate history.
Yeah.
So, Julie, here's the quiz. Are you ready?
Yes, please.
Okay. What percentage of children have peanut allergies? This is according to a 2010 New York Times article.
2%.
That's really close. 1.4% of American children, and it was 0.4% in 2000.
Oh, that's right. There's been this tremendous growth, right?
Right, exactly. Which one of these is not a name for an adrenaline auto-injecting device? The EpiPen? What's so funny about that? That's what they're called.
No. Okay, fine.
Jeez.
Go ahead.
Can I ask the question? All right, don't get all military on me.
Stand down.
Okay, EpiPen, the Adrenaclick, the Twinject, the AviQ, and the Epispike.
Epispike, I really hope it's not real.
What's your guess?
Yeah, I'm picking which one is not real, right?
Right, yeah.
Epispike.
That's correct. And
thank
the
God.
EpiPen was developed in 1970. The Adrenaclick was 2012. The Twinject, 2002. The AviQ was recalled, but I think I just read an article that it's coming back out again. And the Epispike, I made that up.
It sounds so horrifying.
That's pretty good, I think. Which one of these can cause a life-threatening allergic reaction? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Peanuts, sesame seeds, exercise, insect stings, or latex?
Wait, which one cannot cause?
No, which of these can cause? Man, you're just not paying attention. You're just not on your game today, Julie.
I guess everything except exercise? Latex, I think it's not life-threatening. I think they'd get really bad rashes unless you put it like on your mouth and I guess if you use it as exercise.
All of the above. Even exercise can cause a life-threatening allergic reaction. Look it up. Google it. I have it in the references.
Allergic to exercise. Is that like one of those fake HuffPost or BuzzFeed articles
no.
are like, I'm allergic to exercise. That's why I'm just eating chocolate.
No, this is totally real thing. Yeah. So that is the quiz, and you did terrible. You got everyone wrong.
No, I got the first two right.
You did?
Yeah, I got Epispike.
Oh, yeah, you did. And you got kind of on the high side of that first answer.
Well, because in the research I did, I kind of cheated. The research is like 1% to 2% of the U.S. population.
Okay.
So I said,
good job.
I think I get that right. So I think I got 66.6667.
That's good.
Correct.
Good job. Good job. I think that's probably
one
one
of
the
my
highest.
high scores.
Totally.
Okay, so what's the history of a peanut?
Let's see. The history of the peanut. 1500 BCE. The Incans of Peru used peanuts as sacrificial offerings and entombed them with their mummies to aid in the spirit life.
Really?
Yes, they did. It's true fact.
Cool.
1500s, peanuts were taken from Brazil to West Africa by Portuguese explorers. 1600s, peanuts arrive in Malaysia, Vietnam, China, and Japan.
Okay.
Right. And Kung Po chicken will never be the same. Let's see. In 1903, George Washington Carver began his work with peanuts. Did you know that he's
like the famous dude.
He is super famous. He's devised over 100 products, and those include dyes, plastics, and gasoline.
Wait, 100 products related to peanuts or just 100 products in general?
No, I'm sorry. Related to peanuts and their extracts.
Seriously? Plastics?
Yeah. Don't ask me how. I'm not a chemist.
Clearly.
Wow,
that's interesting. Okay, we should listen to a history podcast about George Washington Carver.
1906, Planters Peanuts were founded by Amadeo Obici.
Oh, what a good name.
Yep. And he's not in the picture that we have on our site. He's not wearing a monocle like the peanut character is. He's wearing double glasses. So I think they just must have had a branding organization create that for them.
Did you say double glasses?
No, normal glasses.
Oh, normal glasses. Okay.
Mid-1970s, the EpiPen was invented by the military for anaphylaxis from any kind of allergen. So that was actually surprising to me and news to me. I thought for some reason that the EpiPen was devised specifically for people with food allergies and even peanut allergies. 2002, Massachusetts became the first state to enact guidelines for the management of food allergies in schools.
Do you have any data on like whether or not deaths have decreased?
In 2013, President Obama signs into law the School Access to Emergency Epinephrine Act. Yeah, there you go.
So what that means is
it basically gives schools an easier way to get reimbursements for the purchase of not necessarily EpiPens, but epinephrine in general.
Awesome.
That is all of the history that you need to know about.
Fair enough. Well, a lot of that blends nicely with the science stuff. If I can move on to the highlight of the show.
Oh, jeez.
Talked about before, 1 to 2% of the population has a peanut allergy. It usually appears in kids because, you start eating food when you're a kid, apparently. But still, some people, the allergy can appear at any age, which just kind of shows that we don't know exactly what's going on with this to cause the onset. About 20% of folks outgrow it. But for even the people who outgrow it, 10% of them have a recurrence. So that just is super terrifying. Imagine you finally outgrow this life-threatening allergy and then you eat something else and all of a sudden you have your allergy back. That'd be awful. Stinky.
Yep.
So let me also say, I'm not a physician. So some of the stuff I'm about to say is not meant as a fake. I mean, I'm a psychologist. I'm a doctor of philosophy. I have a PhD. I am a licensed clinical psychologist. So I can adequately speak about the emotional component of this. But please do not take this as medical guidance.
No, we're not giving you medical advice. Maybe they should just watch the warning signs on the restaurants they go into as being the best advice.
Maybe. Okay. Do you remember when you first gave your kids peanuts?
We were freaked out about the whole peanut allergy thing, and we wanted to be prepared the way we are known to be for things.
Wait, do you have peanut allergies in your families? I know we don't have
none.
No, okay. So you were just freaked out because here's a potential way your child can die.
Right,
gotcha,
exactly right.
Okay.
We don't have alligators in our house either, but there's no reason why we shouldn't be keeping our kids with alligator begone straps tied to their arms. It's all about the level thank you. It's all about the level of risk you're willing to take on. Anyway, what Kendra did is she sat down I don't even remember how old she was, probably like 1-ish, with some peanut butter, but she had the car all gassed up. I think the engine was on. And I think she even did it inside the van. So she had the kids strapped down in the car seat and did it inside the van where she gave the kids some peanut butter and just kind of hung out with her in the van for a half hour, an hour or so, just to see if anything would happen. Because if she was going to drive off a cliff, what was she going to do with the van? It wasn't going to be driving off a cliff. She was going to just immediately go to the emergency room.
So what happened?
No, there were no problems at all, and neither of our kids have any allergies to food.
We did a similar, not similar to that. We also were like, okay, let's do this in a controlled environment. And let's wait till I can't remember now either if it was 1 year or 2 years, but we followed the Dr. Sears guidance of,
Wait, I thought Dr. Sears had been
beware
debunked. Oh, no, I'm
but
thinking
that
Dr.
was
Spock.
recently. No, you're mixing it. I think Dr. Sears might have, okay, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think he might have come across as a little bit anti-vax lately. I'll look that up. And if that's not true, I will totally delete it. But at that time, it was all Dr. Sears. So we were very careful. We didn't do the excessive preparation that your family did. But here's the part where I am not a physician, and this is new research. Okay, so there are a few studies out there that say that strategy might not actually be so good for kids who are potentially prone to peanut allergies with it in their families. That a mother eating a lot of eating peanuts at least while pregnant can have a protective element to it. So moms who do eat peanuts while pregnant, the babies are less likely to have peanut allergies, and also peanut exposure very early in life. I don't want to say like give a neonate peanut butter, can have a protective function too. That the longer you stay away from the allergen, the less likely it is that the body will be able to deal with it later on.
Interesting.
So don't do it, but keep your eye on the research because I have a feeling there will be a lot more coming out. So there are other kinds of treatments like oral immunotherapy. Any guesses what that is?
Yeah, that's maybe like the guy from The Princess Bride who over time slowly made himself unaffected by, what is it, iocane powder?
What you do not smell is iocane powder. Yes, that was Wesley.
Right.
Good. Does your school have any peanut-free guidelines or like a peanut-free table?
Yeah, I think it's a peanut-free zone, the whole thing.
Oh, you can't send any peanut butter to your school?
I think there's, if I remember correctly, there are signs on the outside of it before you walk in that the whole place is a peanut-free zone.
That's hard for vegetarian kids.
Yeah, I guess so. Stupid vegetarian kids. Just so you know, both of my kids are vegetarian kids.
Not the stupid kind. Yeah, a lot of schools in my school district have like a peanut-free table, but that's got to be just socially stigmatizing to like, oh God, I can't sit with my friends because sitting with your friends at lunch is fun.
Right.
I know.
Does it have like a positive air pressure thing going on?
In a bubble.
Is that just rude?
Yeah. There's this one study that looked at peanut-free guidelines in schools. Maybe it was in Massachusetts. I can't recall now. They looked at, I don't know, dissected kids' lunches or looked through the kids' lunches.
I thought you were going someplace much darker. Go ahead.
How many peanuts actually were in the lunches. So before they instituted the peanut-free guidelines, any guesses what percentage of lunches had some peanuts in it?
100.
No, 10%.
Wait,
I mean,
what?
non-vegetarian kids eat like, I don't know, bologna sandwiches.
Yeah, but the bread.
Not everyone comes to school with peanuts.
When you say peanuts in it,
I'm talking about like peanuts, not just
made
like peanut-related
made in
products.
a factory where there's peanut dust. Because that'd be like almost 100%.
No. I'm talking about like a chunk of peanut.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. I would guess
10%.
10%.
I already told you it's 10. Oh, you're brilliant.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, after they instituted this guideline saying no peanuts, peanut-free zone, guess what the percentage was?
100%.
Okay, later I'm going to give you a little bit of information on how to calculate percentages. No, it was 1%.
Oh, wow.
So it was a big reduction, but still it was only like 1/10. I mean, there's still peanuts around there. So I don't know if it was just parents not reading ingredient labels or not caring or just the stupid vegetarian kids still needing some sort of protein.
Sure, there's all of that.
All of that. Okay, so Mark, I'm looking at a package right now and it says this product does not contain any nuts, but it is made in a factory that uses nuts. Are there peanuts in this?
When you say peanuts, are you going back to your definition of whole chunk peanuts?
No. Okay. If you had a child
you got to be
sitting
really
next
clear
to
me.
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot who I was dealing with. Okay, imagine that there's a child sitting next to you that is allergic to peanuts. Would you feed that child?
No, and nor would I rub it on their face.
Good choice. That's called a precautionary labeling. Basically, they suck.
Why do they suck? I think they're helpful.
Well, okay, why are they helpful?
Because if I'm deathly allergic to peanuts, just knowing that there's peanut dust or some potential for peanut contamination, it could really hurt me. So I'm glad they give us that extra warning.
Okay, In theory, let's say that it was only on the products that actually had peanut dust in them, then yes, that would be awesome. But I challenge you to go look at 5 products in your pantry right now and see if it has that precautionary labeling. I'm guessing 4 out of those 5 things on like prepackaged food would all have that precautionary allergen labeling of some form or
Is that right?
another.
Well, you know what?
Would,
When we start doing this over our 4
yeah.
weeks, I'll look for that specifically.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Because that's the thing is that these companies want to avoid lawsuits, they want to avoid problems, and they want to avoid the like, like the kosher foods that have to be investigated so clearly. They want to avoid that extra expense. It's a lot easier and cheaper for them to just put that precautionary allergen labeling on everything.
Even if it's not true?
And
doesn't the FDA have something to say about that?
no, they're being excessively cautious.
Huh.
The FDA isn't going to say, "Hey, wait, there's no."
Well, but they
peanuts
should
in this.
then. Well, they should put like warning: this food has acid that may burn your eyes and skin and mucous membranes on ketchup and tomato sauce.
You're right. Write a letter. I know.
I mean,
a lawyer who
geez,
can
come
help
on,
you.
that's ridiculous. I mean, if there's no way that peanuts could actually ever be in the contents or on the food, they shouldn't be putting labels on there.
Well, there is a way, but it's very, very unlikely, perhaps. I mean, so, most factories are very clean places. There's not a lot of contamination spread from machine to machine, but it is possible that one worker working one machine walks to another one without changing their gloves. That's a possibility. I'm just saying there are these possibilities, and just to be sure, they put the precautionary allergen labeling excessively. And what this leads to, there's some research saying that the parents, as a result, are not as cautious about the food with the precautionary allergen labeling because it's so overblown, especially for kids that don't have life-threatening allergies. Like not everyone with a peanut allergy is going to die by licking a peanut. A lot of people with peanut allergies might have a rash or hives or, other things that are unpleasant that you want to avoid. And so the parents might, especially people who live in a food desert or who are limited in terms of what they can and can't get. So you gotta just imagine that it sucks. It sucks. Just take my word for it. Okay. It's just easier for companies to cover their butts. There's lots of anxiety in the families and lower quality of life for the kids. The parents just have tremendous anxiety all the time because they just feel out of control, especially once the kids are out of their physical control area. And the kids feel stigmatized, not just because of the tables, but at every birthday party, at every event, they have to constantly ask about it. And it's hard to be the person who has to ask for special accommodations over and over and over and over and over again. Bottom line, peanut butter is delicious, and peanut butter and chocolate ice cream at Baskin-Robbins is the best flavor.
Baskin-Robbins?
Yeah, I when I go to Baskin-Robbins, the peanut butter chocolate ice cream it is worth the diarrhea that results from it.
Oh my God, I was about to say that we're looking for sponsors, Baskin-Robbins, but never mind. Forget about it.
So, yeah, as my children like to point out, I am a little dairy intolerant, but sometimes it's totally worth it. Oh my
God. What else you got for us, Julie?
That's it.
We're going to end on diarrhea? Well, come on.
Well, let's talk about the challenge. We are just giving up peanuts, but I also would like to give up products that have peanut-related products. But what about like other tree nuts? That would be really hard to just have to throw out there because of the protein thing.
Yeah, I think we should, because I'm too dumb on all of this and too lazy to do the research into actually what is a peanut and what isn't, I'm just going to, and I can get protein from other sources like tofu and cheese.
Okay.
I'm going to just give up all peanuts, nuts, anything with the word nut in it, like almond.
Tree nuts,
almond nuts.
Almond nut doesn't have the word nut in it. It's just called an almond.
And this gets back to my point, Julie.
It is complicated. You're right. Okay. Is it okay for us to do this differently?
Sure. You're going to do it the lame, wussy way, and I'll do it the right way. That sounds fine.
Perfect. All right. So, do we have to talk about anything else?
No, we don't.
Okay, great. So, everybody, you're going to listen to The Pleasure Kills for a little bit. We'll be back in a couple of minutes to tell you how it went.
Bye. Bye-bye, fathead.
Oh, man.
have to check. I have to ask people if I go to parties, if I go out to restaurants, I have to tell people about it. And then people make a really big deal about it, especially when I go out, just because of liability. Most of my friends are actually pretty good about it. Some of my friends are more hyper aware than I am sometimes. My siblings are kind of the same way.
So I tend to maybe steer away from some types of restaurants with her, or just have to do like extra investigation and ask them what's in all your stuff.
Just recently, I took a group of kids on a camping trip, and we went to Dairy Queen on the way back. And the idea was to get like a little treat, kind of celebrate what we did. And one of the kids on the trip was nut-free. And so even though only one kid was nut-free, we asked that everybody be really aware of getting nuts and maybe to hold back and not get nuts. And it was a really nice teaching tool because everyone understood that we're trying to be respectful of this one kid. Mm-hmm. And so it helped everyone see kind of that we need to like welcome the person in who might have a different allergy or different diet than other people.
Here's the thing. I don't like peanut M&Ms.
What?
Yeah.
You're not my daughter.
I don't like peanut M&Ms.
Those are my favorite.
I love chocolate.
Yes.
I hate M&Ms. I love nuts and chocolate, but I hate peanut M&Ms.
Thank you, Ariella, Kayla, Eliyahu, and Elsa.
Hi, Julie.
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Good. You know, we did this episode a little bit differently than we did last episodes. We actually spent 4 weeks on this.
4 weeks of no peanuts?
Right.
How did you do that?
Well, it really stunk. I didn't like it at all. But before we get into that, I want to just let you know that, and I think you already knew this, but let's just do a little celebration for ourselves because,
okay.
Yeah, we got in third place out of 59 contestants for the Seattle A-List Best Podcast in Seattle contest.
It's called Seattle A-List Best Podcast in Seattle contest?
No, it's not.
Yay, us!
Right, let me find it. Hold on a second.
It's okay. You don't have to, I think your dorky way of referring to it is awesome.
Let's see. It's actually called Seattle A-List City Voter.
I have a feeling we will include a link.
Up from 7 last year, so that's nice.
I thought we were 9 last year.
Were we? We were someplace a little lower than we were
Not
this year.
3.
Not 3, definitely not.
Woo-hoo!
But I know you're probably gunning to be number 2 because that's one of your lifelong ambitions.
As the third child in our family, let me tell you, anything above number 3 is awesome.
All right, very good.
Okay, well, let me also tell you really quickly about the Washington Center because that's one of the friends of this podcast episode.
Okay.
Yeah. The Washington Center for the Performing Arts is celebrating over 30 years delivering diverse, affordable,
That's a long time.
high-quality performing arts programs to our community. Not just the crappy ones that
Right.
Mark knows, but high-quality ones.
Fair.
Tickets are on sale at washingtoncenter.org. And I strongly recommend just go look at the website because they have this huge, diverse array.
You and all your little Olympia friends going to go check it out?
And my big Olympia friends, too.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's a beautiful venue. Really nice place.
Nice.
Also, want to tell everyone about the Farm Fresh Market on Olympia's west side. No membership required, just fresh, local, organic goods. Learn more on Facebook at Farm Fresh Market.
You know, I haven't,
so good.
I haven't been down there yet. I need to. Next time we're in Olympia, maybe we can take a side trip.
It's great. It's right near where I live. And sometimes if I have just an extra 5 minutes, I'll pop in there.
Wait, is it near that gas station and sushi restaurant?
Yes, it is. It sounds nicer if you say, oh, right by the award-winning sushi restaurant.
Is that an award-winning sushi restaurant?
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, really? Because
they're not a sponsor, but
no, they should be a sponsor because our family loves sushi. Does yours? No.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I do.
You do. So next time we're in Olympia, let's just take you out and Jay's face can watch the kids.
Perfect.
All
okay.
right.
So how did it go? It was hard, but you did it for 4 weeks.
I did. Didn't we take a break for 4 weeks?
Yeah, but why did you keep doing the experiment?
Because I'm tough like that, Julie.
All right.
I live for this art.
Here's my question. Did Kendra do this for you? I mean, did she like make you peanut-free meals and stuff?
No.
You cooked for yourself for like a month?
No, I mean just in general, she's not making peanut-ridden dishes anyway. It just kind of works out that way.
Peanut ridden.
There was the best way to describe this would be in the form of pictures. So
Okay.
what I've got
Too bad it's a podcast.
Too bad it's a podcast. What I've got is on our show notes. I took pictures of all the different trouble that I had.
Hopefully not like gastrointestinal.
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. But yeah, so to answer your question, she did mix up a new jar of peanut butter because we get the Kirkland kind that has the oil on the top. So we mixed that up. And that was really great. And I was telling her, oh, that's so awesome. I'm so glad you're doing that. And then I remembered the stupid podcast. And I'm like, oh, no, I can't. But it was really interesting to me over the course of this 4 weeks how frequently I would forget about this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Right?
Right. So,
Me too.
yeah. So what was one of your experiences?
My experiences fell in two different groups. The experience of just not eating peanuts and then like all the anxiety that I imagine people would go through if they're worrying about a child with peanut allergies.
Right.
So for myself,
Right.
yeah, it took a lot of work to do this episode because I cook home cooked meals all the time and I use peanut oil in all the Asian dishes I make and sesame oil. And like I said, I eat peanut butter for lunch every single day. And all the peanut allergen labeling stuff really was hard. Although Trader Joe's, by the way, all their store brand stuff, they didn't have as much peanut allergen labeling. They seemed to be a little bit more honest in it, I guess. It was
Or
easier to shop
accurate.
at Trader Joe's. Yeah. It wasn't just like broad spread. Don't even bother coming in here because there's going to be peanuts.
I never shopped there. I should go try it out sometime.
You should go try it out sometime. Anyway,
so-
so yeah, the not eating peanuts was really hard. But that was achievable. It was
Right.
I made fresh bread every day. I did all the stuff. I planned out our meals really, really specifically. My stir fry wasn't as good as it normally is because I didn't use peanut oil and sesame oil, but no big deal, right? I can use olive oil. It's okay. That side of it, fine. But like the other side of it, every time I was outside of the house when it was outside of my control, eating something, and that was where I'd forget about it because I couldn't just plan ahead as easily. Like at work, someone put out a plate of brownies and I'm eating them, and halfway through eating it, I'm wondering, oh, if I actually had a peanut allergy or my child did, I would have to stop, find out who made this random unidentified plate of brownies and find out, or I'd just not have one. And what kind of life is that, I ask you?
It's a hard life and a thoughtful life. It's a mindful life.
A mindful life. But I also realized I've been doing a really horrible thing and potentially killing scores of people because
Oh my God.
okay, no, that's an exaggeration, but potentially killing all the peanut allergy sufferers I work with.
Oh.
I eat my peanut butter sandwich every day. This is going to be gross. And then I wipe down my knife that I use to spread it. I make it at my desk. I keep a jar of peanut butter in my desk and I keep a loaf of bread in the fridge.
That is disgusting.
That's not the disgusting part. And then I take the knife and I stick it in my pencil holder. And I realized, oh no, I've probably gotten like peanut butter on pens. And you know how it is when you have pens.
Oh, God. They already have enough Julie cooties on them to last. Now they have peanut butter cooties on them too.
Right. Plus, just the idea
God,
of like,
that is so gross.
I'm looking at my hands.
Why
like,
are you
oh,
putting
no.
your foods and why? And just that you have these pens that you and other people touch up against a knife that you then use to make your food is gross. Julie,
Well,
you're disgusting. You disgust me.
My body temperature is 98.6. I'm pretty sure it'll kill off any germs. I'm fine. I don't worry about it. But I'm a doctor, trust me. Just kidding, psychologist. But then I'd walk around thinking like, oh man, before I wash my hands, I've got peanut butter on me. And I'm a pretty, not obsessive hand washer, but I wash my hands.
You're no
every
Lady
time
Macbeth.
Right. But then, yeah, but I kind of felt like that. I was like, wait, before I go open the bathroom door, what if I have peanut butter on my hand and it's getting on the doorknob and then someone with peanut allergy, uses the same door? And it just kind of started to send me down the spiral, not a real spiral, but kept trying to think, how would I feel if I was a parent?
Right.
And that part, it just,
You might
man.
be anywhere on the scale from miffed to a little bit upset.
If I was a parent
Yes.
of someone with
Yes, that's my
peanut
scale.
allergy.
Is that an
Okay.
accurate one?
I don't know. I mean, how it's got to be so hard to send your
Yeah.
kids to
No,
school where
absolutely.
they're out of your control. Ugh. So that was the biggest insight thing for me this time. We've given up other parts of our diet, and I know we're going to eventually give up sugar or caffeine, and that's going to really stink
Huh?
for us. Yeah, and that'll be hard. But this one was hard just because of the added imaginal anxiety.
That's not a word.
Imaginal?
Yeah.
It is. I can send you a paper right now written by Edna Foa about imaginal exposure and how it helps with the treatment of PTSD.
Oh my God. Okay, so back to me.
Psychology.
So at work, as you may know,
Back
Julie.
to me. You should I'm gonna put that on your gravestone.
Back to me. Actually, on my gravestone, it could say "back to everybody else."
Oh, right. Good point.
Thank you. So back to me. At work, I think you know that for breakfast and lunch, I usually eat like some kind of protein bar.
Free snacks.
Free snacks, and well, really specifically a protein bar, just because I'm
Okay.
so busy, I don't really have time to make myself lunch or go out or whatever. But I found that my peanut butter protein bar has peanuts in it.
What? No way.
I know. Well, so actually I picked it up and I was like, all right, spending 10 minutes trying to find on the ingredients list where it has peanuts or the allergy related information. And then I was like, oh, stupid. It's a peanut butter protein bar.
Yeah.
It's built with peanuts in mind. And so then I picked up the next one in line, which was like a vanilla bar, not
yeah.
peanut butter flavored. And again, same thing, made in the factory where
Right.
peanuts are made, because it's
peanuts
probably
weren't
made
in-
right next to that peanut butter protein bar.
So there were no peanuts in the ingredient list,
Right.
but
But
it still had the poor Marky.
yeah, and so I ended up eating hard-boiled eggs for lunch. And then let's see. So then another day, I went out to lunch with a friend, Jessica, in Fremont to the Silent Heart Nest restaurant. It's a
Whoa.
it's a vegetarian vegan restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the first time that I had asked a server to help me understand if there's any kind of peanut or peanut related goodness inside the food. And she was awesome. She knew her stuff. And I felt totally confident getting the vegetarian meatloaf and mashed potatoes with gravy that you'll see in the show notes.
Okay, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So at that restaurant, they're already catering to people who care about food and
Right.
are a little cautious.
Yeah.
Let's say you were at
Can we say
Apple-
mindful about food?
Yes, mindful. # mindfulness.
Right.
Let's say you were at the OG,
What's that?
Olive Garden.
Okay.
Or Applebee's, or like a busy chain restaurant, or
How about,
McDonald's.
okay, go ahead.
Would you feel as easy asking about it? And second of all, would you be as trustworthy? Like if you
Right.
said, hey, I know sometimes stir
Right.
fry is made with peanut oil. Can you check?
Right.
And if they're like, oh no, it's fine.
Right. No, I wouldn't trust it. And I would trust that the printed information that they had or the knowledge that they had was probably accurate as far as whoever wrote it. But I
Right.
wouldn't, because it's a chain restaurant and they have policy. But I don't think I would actually trust the implementation of that.
Right. The word of a server versus like if they
What are you saying
say-
about servers? I'm glad you said that, not me.
Well, because I went to Panera and
Oh, yeah.
asked about, I don't remember what soup it was.
Was it the
like-
peanut soup?
The peanut soup. Does the peanut soup have peanuts in it? And they pulled out a whole binder of
Oh, wow.
allergen information about every single thing in there.
Yeah.
But Panera and so that was cool because I didn't have to trust the person behind the counter, which I tend to be maybe a little too trusting. But like I said, all this imagined anxiety, I wouldn't be trusting if it was my child.
No.
But so that was pretty cool. It took a while. And eventually I just wanted the person to leave me alone because she was like, oh, check out this sandwich. And I was like, oh, yeah, really? I just want soup. Please go away. But then after
You really have a
Panera-
problem with servers at restaurants. I think you need to get over that.
It's because I've been a terrible server before, so I just
okay.
assume. But then after my Panera experience, I didn't ask anybody anything.
God.
I chickened out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You chickened out on something that millions of parents all over America ask servers every day.
Yes.
Why would you chicken out on something like that? It's not even like you're asking like we wanted to do in our last episode, but then chickened out. How much garbage is going to be produced when you make this meal for me? I don't understand why you chickened out. What's your deal?
I just didn't feel like it. I was like, I'll give
Okay,
a lot
so you
of
didn't
my
chicken
time
out. You
to
were
this.
lazy.
Oh, exactly. I was
okay,
like,
that's fine. I get
just
it.
didn't want to deal with the social.
I just don't want you being associated by being a chickeny person. You're
Oh
not.
no, it's not that. Oh no, I'm definitely not a chickeny person. It's
Right.
more like the social energy required to have those kind of interactions.
Right.
Whereas, like, if my kid actually had this allergy, I'd ask. I mean, I ask about
Right.
gelatin and meat stuff,
Right.
but yeah,
Right,
I
got it.
I didn't care enough about the podcast. Sorry, listeners. I love
So,
you all.
so I already told you about the peanut butter fiasco at my house.
Yes.
And then Kendra and I had a nice date night.
Did you go to a trampoline park? Because that's where I went on my date night last night.
We went to the Glass and Bottle Bistro, and you can see the pic in the show notes. But we got a nice cheese platter, and on the platter were roasted peanuts.
On the like touching and infecting and
You
contaminating.
can see it.
everything.
Yes, it's touching cheeses, the platter itself, and the bread
You would never even have thought to ask, are there peanuts on my
a cheese
plate?
platter, right? And then another picture of some kung po tofu, which I had forgotten had peanuts all over it.
So what did you do?
I ate it.
Of course. Good. I'm glad.
Right. And then, but I was not feeling good about it. Dear
Yeah, you should
listeners.
feel very guilty.
I felt like I was kind of letting you, dear listeners, down.
But I'm glad you didn't waste the food.
Yeah, totally. Because I think that was
It's just a podcast.
Right, it's just a podcast. And then at dinner, another like a week or two later, we made celery boats with peanut butter on them and raisins, one of my favorite little snacks. And so you'll see my daughter trying to hand me one, and I'm like, no, I can't eat it.
It burns.
It burns. And then at work, I took a picture of all the different bars that they have for us there, and they all have something peanut oriented in them.
Yeah.
Including one of my
Pudding.
favorite go-to treats, which is grandma's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah. We have those in our shopette.
Yeah, made on equipment that processes peanuts and tree nuts, even though there's no peanuts in the ingredient list.
So what did you learn from this?
I learned that I had to eat Oreos that day. Because
Okay.
because Oreos don't have any nuts in them, and they don't have the allergy statement. So I'm just assuming
Nice.
that they're all good.
Great.
And they're no longer made with lard, so vegetarians can eat them.
yes. That was awesome. We used to have to eat Hydrox.
Hydrox. Oh, and then those are gross. So at a function that we went to with the family, they were giving away Halloween candy packets, and my little one came up to me and said, "Here, Papa, you love these," and it was a bag of peanut M&Ms. And I was like, "You're dead to me."
Oh,
What are you
hey,
doing?
that reminds me of a big thing, though. Do you know about the teal pumpkins?
No.
So what? You sound so
God.
distrustful of this. Is it just because I interrupted your great story about peanut M&Ms?
Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
They're
I'm
my
sorry.
favorite thing. And I couldn't eat them during this. I'm going to be so glad to get back to work where we have the tube of peanut M&Ms there.
Okay. I'm so sorry to interrupt that.
Go ahead.
So a thing for this Halloween is people are putting out teal pumpkin. Well, I think this has been going on for a few years.
Is
but thanks
teal
to
like a
social
pink
media-
color?
No, it's not like a pink color. It's like the exact opposite side of the color spectrum. Teal is like a greenish blue, kind of
Okay.
turquoise.
Oh, got it. Right. From the 80s.
Yeah. Yes, it's the 80s. So they spray paint a pumpkin with that, put it on the porch. And what that means is if you come to this house, the treats are peanut free.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
what do the people
It
do
only-
who have razor blade free treats? They do something else? Because usually that task of examining your food for dangers is done in the privacy of your own home.
I don't know. I think a lot of kids secretly sneak candy. I mean, I think our mother
are you
was a
really like if
choosy
you're going to
mom.
let your kid go trick or treating, are you really concerned that other than razor blades and hypodermic needles, which is what we were scared about as kids,
Right.
are you really going to expect parents to have peanut free? Is the next step gluten-free candies needing
Probably.
to be accessible? No. No.
Hold off on your gluten anger until we do that
All right.
episode. But
Okay.
the thing is, like, the individually itty bitty packaged stuff, you can't
Yeah.
read the ingredients, whereas
Why
you
not?
can on the big thing. It's small.
Oh,
People's
well,
eyes don't work that good.
oh God.
Anyway,
Oh wait, hold on a second. Can you pause for 1 second?
yeah.
Hi, Kindy. No, can you tell us about it really quick? Come here and tell us. So, Julie, Kendra's going to tell you something.
Oh, yay.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just telling Mark that yesterday there was a notice in our community board from a family who is going to have allergen-free and nut-free candy at their house for trick-or-treaters.
So That's cool. And I was just telling Mark about like the teal pumpkins. Have you seen that on Facebook? Like you paint a pumpkin
yes.
But like that kind of thing seems like it would only work if everyone in the community was doing it. Because what do you do? Like only drive around looking for teal pumpkins? That's not going to be so fun.
It would definitely have to be a large quantity, or that's pretty lame for your kid to walk around.
Right?
Sorry, we can't go there. We can't go there. We can't go there.
Yeah.
It would have to have, it'd have to catch on.
Right. Well, that's cool. So that was really nice of that family.
Yeah, and she listed. I just thought that the note was comical because it was so long with her having to list all the different types of ingredients that she would not have in her candy. And
oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That was really nice of her to go that extra mile.
No, it was. It was just, it had to be so long,
Yeah.
Right.
I will continue harassing your husband by podcast.
It's so nice having special guests.
It is, especially her. Her voice is so much better than both of ours.
Okay. She does have a really nice voice.
And she doesn't say
Right.
and she doesn't burp into the microphone.
I very rarely do that. So that's the whole story. So I think I would totally recommend any grown-up to try to do this because grown-ups of our age at least don't have as much experience with this as maybe grown-ups slightly younger who are having kids now. Or maybe a little older than us don't have the experience, I guess. But
that sentence didn't really make a lot of sense.
No.
Grown-ups, but younger grown-ups who are having kids, maybe
Shut
older
up.
grown-ups. We
Shut
have
it.
kids.
Shut your face.
Okay. So
No.
yeah, I agree. It was definitely eye-opening. I know we've been annoyed in the past of like peanut-free zones and things because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that said, I will never complain about that again. Just really getting to know more about this is very eye-opening.
Totally. Hey, Julie, back to us winning third place.
Yeah.
We really haven't celebrated it all. And I've got next to me now a nice little shot of Fireball. You want to go get one? We'll do a little cheer together.
I will have a shot of water.
Oh, come off it. Okay, ready?
Yes.
You could have just actually said yes, just for the spirit of the podcast.
Sorry, listeners. I'm teetotaling at 11:03 in the morning. It's too early for Smarty Juice. I just want dumb water.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
That was so refreshing.
Oh, God. That was awful, Julie. That's your deal. You ruined it for me. God.
I also wanted to put out a contest.
What's your contest?
Okay, well, it's not really a contest. It's more of like an implicit
Then why did you say
bribe.
that?
Because I don't know, because that sounds better than implicit bribe.
Okay.
We could use more iTunes reviews. So what I was thinking is any listener, or even if you don't listen, I don't really care as long as it's nice.
Oh, come on. No.
Okay. Any listener, if you leave an iTunes review about us, send it to us, a little note letting us know you did it, and then we will send you a nice gift in the mail.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. I haven't made it yet. It'll be something crafted or maybe a sticker or some stuff I don't want from around the house.
Ooh, nice. That sounds great. Maybe some residue.
Some peanuts.
Some peanut byproducts.
Whatever we're giving up next.
Right. Julie, by the way, what are we giving up next?
Hold on. Let me think about it. Oh, we're giving up touching.
Yes.
We're going to send you touches. Good touches and bad touches in the mail.
Oh, God. No bad touches.
No
That's
bad
probably
touches,
not
sorry.
okay to put through the mail.
Not good. Not good.
No.
Yeah. You have to send that special delivery. It's not okay for USPS. Okay. Please, also, if you're interested in reviewing us on iTunes, it's awesome. But if you want to listen to more of our episodes first, make sure you truly like them. We are on wagonpod.com. You can listen, also view our show notes, and subscribe.
That's right, Julie.
You can connect with us on Facebook and Twitter at WagonPod.
Mm-hmm.
And I see your cursor going through all this stuff. It's fun being with you on Google Drive.
Go ahead.
Email your suggestions to wagonpodcast@gmail.com.
Yep.
Do you want to say some stuff?
Well, thanks to
or
the
you
Pleasure
just
Kills.
tagging along?
No, actually, one thing I do want to say is this is episode 25.
Woo-woo!
I know. Could you believe
That's
it?
a lot.
It is a lot.
Legit. If this was years old, we could rent a car.
Awesome. Well, thank you to the Pleasure Kills for the song Modern Problems. We appreciate you using that.
And thank you to our spouses and children for putting up with us in our non-peanutty ways for the last couple of weeks, or 4 weeks, as the case may be.
And I guess that's it.
Bye. Go eat peanuts and protein and stuff.
Thanks, I shall. Bye-bye.
Why? Why would you say that?
It's from a movie called Moonstruck.
Oh, yeah, you still should not say that ever.
Right, so please delete that from the podcast.
All right, you got it.